And what I've done is, to make it simple for you guys, I have come up with a model called SWORD. I am going to give you one today, a weapon in your hand, okay, and with that weapon you can go out and do your killing in the market. Not literally, please. Okay. So, and high tech sword, okay. This sword is not वो पुराने ज़माने के तलवार नहीं है, okay. This is absolutely okay, futuristic, yeah. So the entire marketing I am going to sum up in few steps for you guys, okay, and which covers practically everything about marketing, yeah. The first thing you got to do is segment your customers. People who don't segment their customers are making a big mistake. You cannot address the entire market with one go. You got to segment your market. You got to segment your customers. All right. Now, segmenting is necessary because though your product may be required, whatever your offering is, could be required by many people in the market, could be very huge, okay, but the need or the behavior of some people will be different from compared to other people, okay. So, when the behavior is different, it's better that you create a buckets or create a segment, what we call segment, okay, groups of such different customers, so that you can communicate, and that set of customers, if you notice in that within that segment, the customer's behavior will be all more or less same, okay. So, for example, if you are selling plus size, yeah, if you're selling plus size, then male, female. Now, female का requirement थोड़ा अलग होगा, male का अलग होगा. Both are required plus size, okay. Or what, I mean, any product, you take it, any product or offering, you will understand that there's a set of people who fall within one segment, and there are other set of people whose behavior is different, whose needs are little different, though your product can satisfy both these needs, okay, इस segment का, इस segment का, okay, but their needs are different, so hence you got to segment them out differently, because so that you can communicate with them differently, okay, your communication will change completely. For example, in this training business, my course, this course that we offer, how to start online startup, okay, now we have 11 different segments. My course still remains the same, my product remains the same, but my packaging, my communication, everything differs to these people. Okay, on one hand, there could be an aspiring entrepreneur startup who want to go through this course. On the other hand, there could be an existing business owner who wants to take this current business online. Okay, and third, there could be a women entrepreneur, okay, who is perhaps doing some product, developing products at home, and she is wanting to sell products, okay, and she doesn't want to become a businesswoman. She doesn't want to become a primary bread earner of the home. She is a secondary bread earner. I mean, for her, it is just enhancing the income of the family, okay. She doesn't have much high aspirations to become like a big brand or anything, but yeah, she wants that her product should be liked by many people, okay. She wants the gratification of her product. So her needs are different than an aspiring entrepreneur. Aspiring entrepreneur ka need hoga, I need funding. I have got a superb idea. Somebody needs to tell me how to convert this idea into a business and help me raise funds. And existing small business owner or medium-sized business owner may think of, the world is going online. I need to compete. I need to be with the times. My current business, how to take it online? His needs are different. So my communication will differ. My product still remains the same. But if I segment these guys, then only I'll be able to reach out to these people independently. So you cannot just make a generic communication out in the market. You got to first segment, and then you will be deciding your segment, and then based on the segment, you're going to decide your communication. When as communication, your advertisement is all about communication. Whatever ads that you do, whether it's a brochure or whether it's a handbills, whether it's a board, hoarding, whether it's a TV ad, it's all communication to customer. So you want to communicate to that segment only, and hence, because now you have a narrow communication, you're talking their language, you're fulfilling their problem, solving their problem, so it becomes more effective. Clear? And try to make the segment as diverse as possible. So let me share something similar to you and how segmenting helps. So I was in a conference, and So there was I was one of the speakers on one track, and moment my that track got over, I came in another track, and I saw there was a Facebook guy covering his Facebook topic, and he was teaching about Facebook in the conference. So I just picked up a chair and sat, trying to understand what Facebook is talking about, what are the new things in Facebook. Okay, and there was a guy besides me, and he says, "ये सब कुछ चलता नहीं है." Okay, so I turned and I said, like I was surprised. Okay, so he said, हाँ ये कुछ चलता नहीं है सब. Okay, मैं सब करके देखा हूँ. तो मैं पूछा उसको क्या करते हो आप? तो he said मैं astrologer हूँ. Okay, yeah, no, हाँ, it's a business. Fine, that's his business. Okay, so I wanted to be more attentive to what Facebook guy was talking. So I said ठीक है हम break में मिलते हैं बात करते हैं. And when the break happened, when there was a break, we went out for a coffee. This guy followed me, and we started discussing. He said, "हाँ मैं ad डालता हूँ." I just asked him casually, and he went on telling, ये करता हूँ, इतना पैसा खर्चा कर दिया, लेकिन Facebook पे कोई response नहीं मिला मेरे को. बोले एक काम करो, okay, you put an ad on Facebook saying, all people born on 4th consult me. And I इतना बोल के मैं चुप हो गया. Okay, I was sipping my coffee. It took him over 10 seconds and it hit him hard. All people born on 4th consult me. Okay, and there was after 10 seconds, there was a sparkle in his eye. Yeah, I'm sure he must have done what he had to do. But do you understand what I tried to do? Do you think it will be more effective?
Yes.
It catches the attention of people. You can communicate to people only born on 4th, right? Segmenting is very, very important. Okay. Once you segment, then you decide whom to target. You may have multiple segments. You are not going all out to all. अरे सबको बेचेंगे. No. Pick up that one or two segments which you feel you cannot bite more than you can chew, especially when you are a startup. Okay. So you out of that segment, then you have to decide a target. किसको target करना है पहले. Okay, and then comes something called positioning. Positioning I am to cover, we'll be covering in branding. Okay, so I'll be covering one module of branding and positioning. Okay, so we'll discuss it in detail about positioning, which is very, very important. But quickly let me tell you here, positioning is all about occupying customers' mind. Okay, it's all about occupying customers' mind, and that method, that technique, how do you enter into customer's mind? I'll be teaching you guys in a separate module on branding and positioning. So, first is segmenting. Never ever get into marketing or get into communication or take any further step before first segmenting your customers. For segmenting, perhaps research may be helpful. So market research helps you to understand the needs, behavior of the customer, and that helps you further to then get into segments. Okay. Today's world with digitalization coming in, okay, in fact we are now talking about micro segmenting. Try to make it as narrow as possible. Like what I did was micro segmenting in case of the earlier example I gave you of astrologer. All people born on 4th. Right? So similarly, try to micro segment. Ideally, I would want to sell to each individual. Ideally, that's the ideal condition. If I know this guy, this is the requirement, this is his liking, this is what. So he is coming into my store. I know he likes blue color, he likes stripes. Okay, he likes the funky kind of an design. I am just going to show him that because I know this. And somebody else comes in and he likes a different design. He likes checks. And he likes red and yellow color, okay, then I'm going to show him that kind of design. That's ideal. Ideal, right? Absolutely. I mean, हर एक को मुझे अलग-अलग बेचना है. Because then only my sale will become very effective. It's very difficult, very, very difficult to talk individually. I cannot do that much segmenting. So what I do is, a little above, I bring those similar kind of people together. Clear? Yeah.
Ultimately, when you are doing the segmentation of that all people born on 4th,
Yeah.
don't you think even the curiosity of the other people, even they are not born on 4th, will be raised? If he is having something for the 4th, then there might be something for the...
No, other way around, you may lose out those customers perhaps. Yeah, because people will say, अरे ये 4th का expert है, तो फिर मेरे को उससे क्या लेना? मैं तो उस पर I was born on 8th or I was born on 27th. Okay,
but-
so he is expert of 4th. Okay, I mean, let me give one more example. I have जामुन शरबत, okay, जामुन का जूस मैं बेचता हूँ for all diabetics. I segmented people, right? If I want to do narrow segmenting, so this this juice is meant for 60 plus retired. This juice is meant for young generation, people who got a sugar or on a verge of sugar. जिसका 300 के ऊपर शुगर है उसको ये जूस आएगा काम, जिसका 300 के नीचे है उसको ये काम. अगेन सेगमेंटिंग कर दिया मैंने. ओके, आई ट्राई टू नाउ माइक्रो सेगमेंट फर्दर. ओके, और ये फीमेल है तो इसके लिए ये जूस है, प्रेग्नेंट लेडी है तो इसके लिए ये जूस है. ओके, मैं जामुन जूस बेचता हूँ लेकिन जिसको शुगर है, ओके, और उसके अंदर भी विद इन दैट आई एम डूइंग फर्दर माइक्रो सेगमेंटिंग. ओके, ये जिसका हाई डायबिटीज है, जिसका लो डायबिटीज है, जिसका फीमेल प्रेग्नेंट लेडी, या नाउ despite the fact that my jamun juice is useful to other people also, but they'll not, I mean, there'll be some people who buy, ऐसा नहीं कि बिल्कुल नहीं बिक रहे, but if you see 80% of our business will come from these people, maybe more. Horlicks for women or for kids. Okay, now I never take Horlicks because they never try to sell me. हो सकता है whatever they are selling is useful to me also, unless they come with an Horlicks for male. अब ये मेरे लिए प्रोडक्ट बनाया, प्रोडक्ट वही होगा अंदर से उनका, थोड़ा 19-20 इधर. आई मीन देयर मेन कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट्स ऑफ द प्रोडक्ट रिमेन द सेम, बट मेल के लिए थोड़ा प्रोटीन ज़्यादा चाहिए, फीमेल के लिए थोड़ा ये ज़्यादा चाहिए. आई मीन आई डू नॉट नो साइंस ऑफ ऑल दिस, बट आई एम जस्ट टेलिंग यू देयर आर फ्यू चेंजेस हियर एंड देयर एंड सडनली द प्रोडक्ट बिकम्स यूनिक. सो माय कोर ऑफरिंग of giving you nutritional powder still remains the same, right? That's my core offering. I am now tweaking my product little here and there to suit my segments. And that's how, so I mean that segmenting is so important. It makes people feel ये product मेरे लिए है. Their behavior is different. What we do is normally how to segment. So moment you find a segment, what would, I mean, I'll come to visibility. Let me just talk to you about that once I come to visibility. I mean, next step क्या होता है उसमें. But understand segment is as narrow as possible, and you cannot lose out on the customer. At times you may lose out on the customers. You should be prepared. Or if you feel you don't want to lose out on the customers, then you got to create one more segment and tweak your product to suit that segment. So in all of your businesses, whatever business you are into, today as a homework, I mean, after you go back from this lecture, okay, you got to think of segment. Okay, prepare a segment list for yourself.
Sir, segmenting means can we do it first by buying power of the customer and then micro segment it?
Yeah.
That also is possible.
So their behavior should, so let's say all HNIs, high net, that's what you're saying, like buying power is all about, like, so all people who are HNIs, high net worth individuals, they could be different segment, and you got your product and your offering would be different from your communication to them would be different compared to non-HNIs or people who don't have that kind of an, okay. So their behavior will be different and their need will be different. Needs are always different of the segment, and your product still will remain the same. Your same product is fulfilling the need of both the people, but his need is different and his need is different. So once you segmented, and these are some of the steps, or these are some of the tools to do your segmenting, you know, your competitive analysis, market research. So I'll tell you what we do when we talk about competitive analysis. One of the ways we do is, and which is going to help in positioning also, in fact, you see, you do your competition mapping. So what are the various attributes of your product or offering? Okay, हर एक प्रोडक्ट के एक एट्रीब्यूट्स होते हैं, ये एस्पेक्ट्स है. जैसे अगर हम जूते की बात करें तो डिज़ाइन, कलर, शेप, फंक्शनलिटी, ओके, ऐसा है. अगर ज्वेलरी की बात करें तो अगेन डिज़ाइन, वैल्यू, लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स दैट कम्स इनटू, राइट, थिंग. और इफ आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट लेट्स से एस्ट्रोलॉजी की बात करें तो उसका एक्यूरेसी ऑफ द एस्ट्रोलॉजर, द क्रेडिबिलिटी ऑफ द एस्ट्रोलॉजर हिमसेल्फ और हरसेल्फ, ओके, ऑल दोज एस्पेक्ट्स. सो एवरीथिंग हैज गॉट सम एट्रीब्यूट्स ऑन विच द पीपल डिसाइड टू बाय, and then each attribute you map against the competition. कि competition कौन सा attribute strong है, and there will be some attribute where competition is weak or competition not even try to capture that attribute. Okay, so you make that attribute as a strong point, okay, and then you segment people who are looking for that attributes, right? So anyway, try this exercise. If you have a difficulty, please reach out to us. We will be helping you in case if you have any difficulty, but it's very important.
I am a web developer. I want to segment a target like on my CSR initiative. I want to target all NGOs and I got a special proposition. How it will be implementation?
Very good. That's a segment. So NGOs will be a segment, right?
So how to present?
No, so your segment अपने डिसाइड हो ना, आगे अभी बढ़ रहा है ना, मेरा तो ये पूरा बाकी है ना. तो ये हो गया, पहले सेगमेंट कर लिया यहाँ तक और टारगेट कर दिया कि अगर एनजीओ है आपका सेगमेंट, विद इन एनजीओ यू हैव टारगेट, विद इन एनजीओ यू विल फाइंड दैट यू माइक्रो सेगमेंट करोगे, बॉम्बे के एनजीओ या एनजीओज और हु आर रिलेटेड टू ओनली दिस काइंड ऑफ व्हाट इज सर्विसेज, या तो वो सब आपको यू डिफाइंड फर्दर टारगेट्स हु यू टारगेट. या पूरे तो मान लो अगर इंडिया में 25,000 एनजीओज है, सबको तो एक साथ आप रीच आउट नहीं कर पाओगे. So you have to again further micro segment and then say, I mean, which becomes a target actually. So I'm going to target these segments, right? Clear? Then once you are segmented and then you decide a target, then I want to reach out to this target first, your target market. Yeah. Once you're done that targeting, then next comes is visibility. You got to inform, you got to communicate to these people, to your segment that I exist. This is my offering. This is the price which I am offering at. This is the value proposition which I am offering. Yes, जो भी आपको convey करना है, right? You want to convey about your product or service. You want to convey your value proposition. You want to convey about what are features you want to describe. ये सब communication can happen through marketing communication, which is all about advertising, PR, media relationship, merchandising. These are various ways to reach out to your people, to your target audience. The T-shirt you're wearing is merchandising, right? So merchandising. This is way of building my brand. Your co-branding आप जो बोल रहे थे. Okay, it's so how do you make your brand visible that you exist? Oh, absolutely, keychains and all those. Yeah, that's right. Caps. Yeah, where you put your logo. So that is all merchandising. So next step is to bring visibility. Visibility is all about now reaching out to this segment and saying I exist. Or your target. What your target is? अगर आपके 4 सेगमेंट है तो आप उसमें से चारों को एक साथ शायद नहीं करोगे एक साथ, तो यू विल डिसाइड अ कम्युनिकेशन टू 1 or 2 टारगेट मार्केट्स, राइट? और इवन इफ यू डिसाइड टू ऑल 4, let's say you say I have enough resources, enough capability to handle all 4 segments, but you have to now inform each of these 4 segments or each of these segments or your target markets that you exist and this is your value proposition. Does it make sense? Right? So how do you bring that visibility? We just discussed. Billboards, TV ads, newspaper, right? Now the problem with this medium is that it establishes only one way visibility. When you put an ad in TV, when you put an ad in newspaper, when you distribute handbills, customers knows about you. Now customer ने handbill पढ़ा या पेपर में ad पढ़ा या टीवी पे ad देखी, अब customer knows that you exist, this is your offering, this is the value proposition you're offering. Clear? Unfortunately, you can't see the customer. आप सेल कैसे करोगे? डिफिकल्ट है उनको बेचना. अभी जब तक आपको कस्टमर दिखेगा नहीं तब तक तो आप, so first thing is you got to find your customers and establish the visibility, and ideally you should be establishing two-way visibility where you also can see the customer. I am absolutely clear on this? Yeah. Once you have established a visibility with the customer, next comes offer. Here you got to, एक बार कस्टमर ने आपका प्रोडक्ट जान लिया, आपकी ऑफरिंग जान ली, आपकी वैल्यू प्रोपोजिशन जान ली, now your job is to first get him in. Your job, your challenge, next challenge comes is now to make him buy for the first time. Taste that blood of your, I mean not literally, तो ऐसा खून निकाल के ऐसा नहीं, right? Your segment है, you have reached out to their segment through your communication. उस segment को आपने उसकी भाषा में बात की. This is what your need is. This is what I'm offering. This is my price. This is the value proposition. Never ever forget to mention a value proposition to your customer because that's what customer likes, right? And customers who reach out to you, now your first challenge, I mean, thereafter, next step is to get him transact first time. Do you all agree? पहली बार का बहुत मुश्किल होता है. We all know. Okay. Offer him something. You have to offer a bait to the customer. Okay. लालच देनी पड़ती है कस्टमर को पहली बार के लिए. सैम्पलिंग एक मार्केटिंग का एक पार्ट होता है. सैम्पलिंग कहीं आपने भी यू ऑल्सो मस्ट हैव बिकम अ पार्ट ऑफ दैट सैम्पलिंग प्रोसेस. पीपल डू सैम्पल. ओके. सैम्पलिंग, फ्रीबीज. ओके. अगर आप ये लोगे तो मैं आपको ये फ्री दूंगा. ओके. अगर आप होटल में स्टे करो खाना फ्री है मेरी तरफ से. या अगर मेरा सैम्पल फ्लैट देखे आओगे तो मेरा ट्रांसपोर्टेशन फ्री है. आई विल पिक अप एंड ड्रॉप टू यू. दिस इज ऑल ऑफर, राइट? और डिस्काउंट फर्स्ट टाइम सस्ते में कर लो बिकॉज यू वांट द कस्टमर टू फर्स्ट कम एंड ट्राई आउट योर प्रोडक्ट. डू यू ऑल अग्री? प्रॉपर स्टेप. ओके. पहली बार मुश्किल होता है तो मुश्किल करने के लिए उसको जिसको व्हाट वी कॉल एंट्री बैरियर, आप अपना एंट्री बैरियर लो कर दो ताकि कस्टमर अंदर आ सके. हाउ डू यू लोअर द एंट्री बैरियर? कस्टमर के लिए कस्टमर के बैरियर्स क्या होते हैं? जनरली कॉस्ट होती है. ओके. तो फ्री सैंपल दे दिया, कस्टमर को फ्री में पड़ा, या उसको डिस्काउंट कर दिया, या फ्री भी कुछ दे दिया कस्टमर को. सो कस्टमर फील्स किया. सो यू हैव लोअर्ड द एंट्री बैरियर फॉर द कस्टमर सो दैट कस्टमर गेट्स इट. He tries your product for the first time.
When Red Bull entered the market, Red Bull, like he had kept a stall at colleges and everything. People are having Red Bull for free, so people are getting the taste now. Now people are used to the Red Bull. Now they cannot live with Red Bull now.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yes, you're right. कई बार अरे people reach out, कई बार देखा होगा न्यूज़पेपर में शैम्पू के सैशेज एंड वो चिटकी आते हैं साबु. ओके. दिस ऑल सैम्पलिंग. They want you to try it out first time. Okay. So first time is always going to be a challenge and little costly. In the your marketing budget में you have to attribute your cost for that getting the customer in, which is the offer. नहीं तो कस्टमर थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट हो जाता है आने के लिए. कस्टमर अगर बैरियर ऊपर है तो आपको बैरियर को लोअर करना है, एंट्री बैरियर को लो करना है. कैसे लो करोगे? कस्टमर का बैरियर क्या है पहले समझो. कस्टमर का बैरियर क्या होता है? बिगेस्ट बैरियर फॉर एनी कस्टमर इज द कॉस्ट. राइट. सो लोअर इट, गिव अ फ्री सैंपल, तो उसका कॉस्ट ही जीरो है. एक ट्राई कर लिया, या डिस्काउंट दे दो, ऑफर दे दो, फ्री भी दे दो कुछ. दिस ऑल वेरियस वेज ऑफ गिविंग ऑफर टू द कस्टमर. क्लियर? नाउ यू हैव विजिबिलिटी. सो लेट्स से इफ आई वांट टू सेल दिस कोर्स, व्हाट आई विल डू इज एक लेक्चर फ्री. आ जाओ. So you understood, till you don't give offer, customer will not bite the bait. आपको कुछ एक bait देना पड़ता है, right? And that bait could be in terms of sampling, discount, freebies. Yes.
When we give an offering to a customer, there will be certain expectations will be setting. So initially, if I'm entering into market, I may play at a lower gross margins, but over the period, I need to sustain, and hence it won't be possible for me to maintain.
All right, that's a good question. Yeah. So. Her question was that if I start with a discount, then I'm setting a precedence to the customer. कि this is the price which I have, and then how can I increase the price? And the customer तो चले जाएंगे, भाग जाएंगे, नहीं आए तो भाव बढ़ा दिया. And yeah, this is going to be happening. Like at times when you start with a discount itself, and your worry is that it is laying a precedent to the customers. करे ये तो ये price मिल रहा है, and then it becomes difficult for you to increase the price. There what you do is you always set your price as whatever price you're going to eventually sell at, so MRP or whatever price you're going to sell at, and then offer as a discount coupon or vouchers. Yeah, like you said, inaugural offer. So मेरे price तो 25,000 रुपये है, लेकिन inaugural offer I am offering at 15,000 rupees. Okay, or it's a short term discount valid only up to so and so, valid for next 15 days. In fact, when you're doing an offer, you have to always set an urgency. You have to put some deadline for the customer. You have to make that offer for a limited time only. Customer it's not available lifelong for the customer. Okay, you have to make it very clear to the customer कि ये what I'm offering you is for right now within this period. Okay, you have to bring the sense of urgency in customer. Yeah, so that customer is also clear that only when customer knows कि अरे the original price of this value Yeah, and today it is available at this value, then let me go and buy. Yeah, so that's how it is. See mobile phones, many times you see, especially the Chinese brands, when they launch, okay, they're only available on Flipkart at this price for limited period, okay, pre-book. Yeah, so you got to create that sense of urgency amongst the customer. Once you done an offer and customer has bought from you, you have made him your first customer. I mean, customers tried your product for the first time. Next is then you got to retain your customers. Now you got to keep your customer. You have to use all your strategies. Your focus shifts to the strategy of now, how do I keep this customer? How do I make this customer buy again and again from me? How do I make this customer loyal to me, loyal to my brand, loyal to that product, to my offering? Right? That's your challenge. I mean, that's your next strategy. So once a customer comes in and tries out, then your focus shifts to thinking what all things I need to do to keep this customer with me always. So that's a retention. Okay. Now it's your sales promotional activities. Okay. Then it could be your loyalty program. Yeah, and loyalty programs works. Okay. In the sense a lot of companies offer loyalty program where you buy from them and then you get points, and then the more you buy, the more points you get, or the more offers you get and discounts you get, and then it also makes you feel privileged. Yeah, especially in the airline industry and all those things, right? So these are some of the ways, or by giving the best of service and support to the customer thereafter, following up with them. Yeah, or even managing your distribution management also comes into the part of the customer retention. Now that customers like your product, how easy are you making the further products to buy from you? Okay, so all that becomes part of retention. So you got to retain. I mean, you got to think of कि अब जब customer को दोबारा मैं कैसे उसको मेरे से buy करवाऊँ. So your focus shifts, retention. Clear? So what I'll do is we have an expert with us. Basant Ballabh is a business head at Percu Loyalty. Okay, and let me ask, because he is into loyalty business, so let me ask Basant. Basant, what is customer loyalty?
So in this particular, to answer your this question, wherein you are talking about a customer loyalty program, for the customers, those who are conscious or who are looking at the competitive prices, the customer who is looking at competitive prices is impulse-based sales. This sales is not driven with loyalty. These are all coupon discounts or promotion and offer related sales. So you don't call it loyalty, the first thing. These are all sales promotion schemes. Anything which incentivizes the customer here for making him a prompt purchase or a repurchase of a product is loyalty. The customer coming back to buy the same product is brand loyalty or a product loyalty. So if you are offering something on discounts or coupons, would be typically not a customer loyalty program per se.
And Basant, then how is loyalty different in an online business compared to loyalty program which are run in a traditional business?
Yeah, so with online loyalty program, you would need an e-commerce interface through which the customer is buying a product. And if you can reward the customer instantly, there are two types of program which would be working. One is a flat point-based system, wherein you accumulate points against a particular purchase by the customer, and you accumulate those points and then offer the customer with a catalog, and the customer goes to that particular catalog and buys a product. This is a typical traditional way of doing loyalty program as far as online is concerned. The second way of doing a loyalty would be typically rewarding the customer for a long-term gain, giving him or offering him something which is unique with regards to his purchasing behavior and with regards to his purchasing trends, and then maintaining and building that connect and communication gap.
All right, so very interesting point again Basant made. Yeah. Now, segment kiya, you brought a visibility. That means you reached out to your customers through communication, and then you did your offer. You got a first customer, okay, and then you try to retain them. Now customer starts buying from you. The last point in this framework is now you have to develop relationship with the customer. You have to build a solid relationship with the customer, okay, in such a way that this same customer, okay, they get you help, or they help you get more customers. They get you more visibility, okay. Now this is all about customer relationship management, consumer behavior, understanding the behavior, the data analytics, what the customer likes, dislikes, okay, all those things. Then new product development, what my customer wants more and more. So you start developing those products again further, okay, and strategic management. This is all part of the development of the customer relationship. Do you understand the steps? Yes, sir. Yeah. Now, wishing customer on a birthday will be part of customer relationship management, making him feel privileged, honored, good, making him that feel good factor. Yeah. Telling customer that you like this. So you know what? I specially have made this arrangement to show you this all products. All such efforts goes in building a relationship with the customer. Yeah. Keeping in touch with the customer, giving various channels to reach out to you, okay, is all part of the customer relationship building. And you develop a relation in such a way that customer by default becomes loyal to your brand and to your product, especially to your brand. Yeah. SVORD, SVORD. Clear the steps, this framework. Yeah, you wouldn't find in any textbooks. You wouldn't find anywhere. But does it make sense to all of you? Yeah. Now this sums up the entire marketing. Practically all your marketing gets covered here. All right. So what I'm going to do is now let me ask Harish. Let me bring Harish in. Harish, lately we hear about MarTech. Okay, what's that? Can you please shed some light on this new jargon called MarTech?
Yeah, so MarTech is an interesting new term. We are saying it's at the intersection of marketing and technology. Typically marketing guys are supposed to come from the creative side of thinking, and we have the good old adage saying that out of 2 rupees spent in marketing, 1 worked, but I don't know which worked. From there, marketing is now becoming a lot of science beyond just art, where guys who are into marketing need to understand data, analytics, the power of technology as much as they understand creative. So this intersection of marketing and technology is really what we look at MarTech. And we believe over a period of time, more and more IT budgets are actually going to be spent by people who understand marketing and technology together compared to just, let us say, the chief technology officer.
So MarTech is all about marketing and technology combination. Okay, this is new. So in next 5 years, what you'll see is marketing going away. The new generation is going to talk MarTech, where technology is going to be combined with marketing, and marketing is going to be combined with technology. You cannot market without technology coming into picture. Okay, that's the world is moving towards. Okay, so earlier we used to have this marketing departments. Earlier we used to have CMO, Chief Marketing Officer. Now it's going to be Chief MarTech Officer.